What's up, everybody? Welcome to SpongeBob SquarePants Lights Camera Pants. We have just finished Titans of the Tide, so we are on our way back to the GBA era. And we are on to Lights Camera Pants. We have currently played Super Sponge, Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, the SpongeBob movie game, Battle for Bikini Bottom, and now we're on Lights Camera Pants. We are almost through a good amount of the GBA games. I think there's a couple other like hidden gem ones. This is actually the last of the GBA games that I played when I was younger. I would think that, yeah, I think that this is the last one I played when I was a kid. So that's pretty exciting. So after this, we're going to be mostly in uncharted waters once we get to the next game. But there's probably some stuff I vaguely remember. This game I probably played the least out of all of the others, so it's definitely the one that I remember the least. But let's get into it. Let's see what's going on with SpongeBob SquarePants Lights Camera Pants. Easy. Oh, look at that effect. It's all like, look at it, it shakes when you switch it from easy to normal. Why is that so, that's so dynamic? Alright, we'll go with easy, normal, no hard. I think SpongeBob movie game had easy, normal, and hard. Graphically, this game is much more similar to the SpongeBob movie game than it was to, well, Super Sponge. I don't think any game looks like Super Sponge, but Revenge of the Flying Dutchman and Battle for Bikini Bottom GBA had like the same SpongeBob graphic model, whereas this one is the same as the movie game. So you'll notice some of the same models between them. Gil Hammerstein and his film crew have come to Bikini Bottom to shoot an episode of The Adventures of Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy on location. But Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy are missing. Without them, there'll be no show. I like when it cuts to the, like, other thing because the dialogue didn't fit on one thing. So there'll be no show. We can help, sir. My friends and I will bring them back safe and sound. I can't really do SpongeBob. Wonderful. Last I heard, they were heading towards the Mermalair. Be careful. I heard them discussing the booby traps they've set up. Yes, sir. Mermalair, World 1-1. Okay, so it looks like the structure is... So we get character select. So something unique about this game is you actually have 4 different playable characters. This is the first one we're playing that has multiple playable characters. I know in the SpongeBob movie game you played as SpongeBob and Patrick, like Patrick followed you, but you really functionally just played as SpongeBob in the SpongeBob movie game. Who should we play as? I guess we got to show, I guess there's 4 levels, so why don't I do a different character for each level to show off all of them. So we'll start with SpongeBob. Why is there a Flying Dutchman ship in there? Is that is that going to come back later? Is there a Flying Dutchman fight? I actually don't remember this game that well. Bring him back, guys, and there may be roles for you in the show, too. Sweet. Why did Patrick have the dialogue? That wasn't the character I played as. So it is a little different from the movie game. You have, like, more attacks. Like, you can do this where you smack, and then you turn into that. You couldn't do that in the movie game. In the movie game, it was different because you went with Patrick. So I think if this was Patrick using his pants and you would like glide, but you didn't have a standard attack like this. Oh, you know, I just realized my jump is A and my B is B. I want to change that. I'm going to fix that. One second. This is going to disappear for a sec. I'm just going to switch my controls for a second. Yeah, my, I like to have, I don't know what I was playing that I changed that. Because I like to have my, yeah, okay. I got to clear the whole thing. Just doing my, controls. Because I prefer to have B jump. And Y is what was B on the Game Boy Advance. It's just more, it just feels better. Okay. There we go. Let's bring it back. There we go. That's much better. Yeah, Yeah, I very much prefer to have B jump as opposed to A jump. We had this one for GameCube, but I don't think I saw the GBA version. I remember the shark had Sid's voice actor in the GameCube version. Like, from Toy Story? Huh, interesting. I have not played the GameCube version. We're going to get to the GameCube versions once we get through the Game Boy Advance. I played very few of the GameCube games. I played very few of the... Oh, Ice Age Sid. So, like... What was that? Is that Josh Gad? Was Josh Gad Ice Age Sid? Are you sure? You know what's weird about the controls here? You can't really run. Right? Is it dash? Oh, you dash. Okay, you dash. So you can run. Like very nasally with a lisp. I guess I'll try to do that sort of... Oh, I kind of get the voice you're talking about. I'll see if I could do that kind of voice in the for the Gil parts. I'm not a big like reading dialogue guy when I do the streams, like sitting and reading all the dialogue. I know some streamers, they like think it's entertaining to sit and read all the dialogue and do like a voice or whatever, which like it can be if the dialogue is interesting. You know, but if they're just saying like weird, you know, if they're just saying like random exposition stuff. Oh, when you die, you become the other character. Huh. So Patrick's attack is he throws ice cream, and it's the same ice cream graphic as the ice cream lady boss in the SpongeBob movie game. So they reused the graphic for that attack. And he does a ground pound, which is a different, like, sprite. This is a different sprite than the ground pound in the GBA one. I never liked the idea that jellyfish or clams are like enemies. See how it like just disintegrated? I think that's very not SpongeBob, you know? Because SpongeBob is all about like appreciating nature. I think it's a very low-hanging fruit to use as an enemy, a jellyfish. Because jellyfish are your friends. Or like a clam. Like... There's a whole episode that is about SpongeBob and Patrick taking care of a clam, and here I am, I'm killing them. You know, I don't like that. I don't think that's very good in the world of SpongeBob. You thought it was a mine or something? No, this is supposed to be the Merma lair. Strange first level, right? You know, like... Jellyfish are your friends. You forgot the lesson of Jellyfish Jam. No, that's so Jellyfish Jam. I mean, jellyfish aren't your pets. The lesson of Jellyfish Jam was that the jellyfish were wild animals, but you should appreciate them. And jellyfish... it doesn't mean you should kill the jellyfish. That's not the message of Jellyfish Jam. It's just that you're not supposed to have them in your house because they're wild animals. Or you're not supposed to have wild animals in your house in general is the lesson of Jellyfish Jam, not specifically jellyfish. You couldn't really have a jellyfish in your house at all. Oh, yeah, that was a good joke for me. Oh, you thought the ice cream was a mine. Oh, like they'd explode? That's funny. That'd be a bit much. Did I hit that? Oh, I guess that counted. Yeah, that did count. Let the thing move. Patrick doesn't seem as mobile. Like, SpongeBob had the floaty thing. I think it would have made it easier to get to the other... There it is. Sometimes the ground pound gives you a little bit of control in the air. But yeah, isn't this a strange first level? This with the music, too. It's all like... You know, like, it feels like this would be like a second world level. The first level's in the Merma lair with all this, like, music. Like, I feel like I'm already in it. This is the first level. But I guess it's more creative than just the first level being like typical Bikini Bottom, which is what it usually is in these games. See, look, I'm supposed to kill the look at that, it just disintegrated. That's not how you're supposed to treat the jellyfish. I'm as evil as Mr. Krabs in that one episode where he takes advantage of the jellyfish. Hey, all you people. Hey, all you people, won't you listen to me? A sandwich filled with jellyfish jelly. Get it. Come on. There we go. Get out of here. And I have to kill them because they're gonna get in my way. You know. You made me do this game. Should do like a pacifist run, you know, because I don't believe in hurting the jellyfish. Oh, it's hard actually. You probably could reasonably do a pacifist run. Let's see. Oh, okay. Okay, you do like a double jump with her. Nope, I missed a star. The game's all about being part of the Mermaid Man show, so starting here isn't too off. That is true. I think it's more unique. It's just an interesting one. I'm trying to be a pacifist here. Trying not to hurt nature. Oh, look, one of the costumes from Mermaid Man and Barnacle 5 from the IJLSA. Captain Magma. Oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Clam. Oh, it's actually really hard to be a pacifist. But I don't want to kill the clams and the jellyfish. It's not right. Oh, yeah, Squidward gets, like, air. Squidward always strikes me as odd as, like, a playable character. Look, I gotta, like, lure them out. I don't want to kill the clams, though. It's wrong to kill the clams. Oh! You know, it's morally wrong. Can't hurt clams. Goes against the point of SpongeBob. The only way to change characters is to die. It feels odd, like you're rewarded dying. Is that the only way to change characters? No, you can change characters without dying. You just it's so the live system is the different characters. So I guess you functionally start every level with 4 lives, and if all of the characters die, you lose. So I died as SpongeBob, and then I found a like kind of a 1-up that had an extra SpongeBob in it. So no, you can change characters at any time. You just have to make sure that they didn't die. Just a bunch of those stars. And every character can take 2 hits. It's actually a pretty good system, where it encourages you to play as all of the different characters at some point, because there are times where you don't have a choice, and you kind of get a choice of different characters. I think that's a pretty good system. It also does kind of give a penalty for dying in a way that's pretty unique, because I don't really like death penalties where it's like you have to replay a whole large swath of the game. I find those to be very annoying. But I kind of like that where it's like, oh, you don't want to die because then you can't play as this character anymore. So if you like a particular character, you don't want to die. I think that's pretty unique. Pretty alright platforming. It's very narrow platforming. A lot of oh, that was a weird sudden ending. You win. You win feels like a strange thing to put at the end of the level. You've unlocked Mrs. Puff's driving school. Oh, so I can do the next level, or I can do this. Yeah, there was like a bunch of like mini games, micro games. Let's see what Mrs. Puff's driving school is. Wait, why is there a Flying Dutchman ship again? Isn't that weird? Is that going to pay off? There's got to be a reason why there's a Flying Dutchman ship in so many of these shots. Hello! Have you come for a lesson in driving? My course will have you driving like a pro in no time. Driving school. Characters like, probably not SpongeBob. Do you do worse if you're SpongeBob? Probably not. It's probably not how it works. Or if you select SpongeBob for the driving school, you do worse. Well, I should be Squidward because of the Boat Smarts episode. Squidward is probably the best driver out of all of them. Or maybe Sandy. But Squidward kind of strikes me as that, like, responsible driver. Welcome to driving school. I will guide you through each step of the driving process. Press the A button to step on the gas and the B button to brake and go. You didn't need a whole dialogue box to tell me that. I think that's pretty obvious. Press left. Why are you telling me this obvious stuff? Press left on the control pad to turn left and right to turn right. Yeah. Thanks. Need a whole dialogue box to explain something that I would have picked up in like 2 seconds. What? Oh, I missed that dialogue box. What if that one was important? Oh. Arrows will guide you. Yeah. Have we ever seen Sandy or Patrick drive? I know Pat helps SpongeBob cheat, but I don't remember him actually behind the wheel. We have definitely seen Patrick drive. There was a whole episode where he got his driver's license. And Patrick drives in a couple of other episodes. Like, I think after the episode where he got his driver's license, I think he just kind of sometimes just did. Squidward, we've definitely seen drive. Boat Smarts, and, well, Squidward canonically has a car. Because in the beginning of Dying for Pie, he drives to work. Sometimes he drives to work at the Krusty Krab. Even though it's in walking distance. I don't think I would drive that often if I lived in Bikini Bottom. It seems like a pretty walkable city. Yeah, there's so many dialogue boxes. To avoid oil slicks, it comes up with a big dialogue box. Like, yeah, I get it. It's okay. You don't need to patronize me. You ready to take on the road? Wait. Wait, was that what I was supposed to do? It said exit. I don't recall Sandy. I don't think Sandy drove. Wait, what was that? What just happened? Why did that just end? It just sort of ends. Oh, what? Okay, there we go. So there's like another boat there. But is there like a challenge here? Am I supposed to do something? That's so weird. It's giving me the tutorial again. That was so clunky, that design. It had a big exit sign. I just think because in Donkey Kong Country, exit means end of the level. So I thought that was like the completion, but I guess not. Oh, I can just crash right into them and I'm fine. Maybe I should play as SpongeBob. That'd be more realistic. You avoid oil slicks. Okay, so this was where the... Wait, but it doesn't do anything. I don't have health or nothing. You can just hit stuff? Okay, so that's exit, so I don't want to go on the exit? What's the point of this? Is this a challenge? What's the goal? Am I just driving around? Is this just Sunday driving? Sunday driving in Bikini Bottom? Just put on the radio? Is that it? Is that the whole thing? What is the point of this? This isn't a challenge? Why do you create a driving mechanic and then you don't do anything with it? Or is it just like this is driving school? It teaches you and then there are other levels where you drive? What is this? Maybe explore? Explore what? Okay, there's something over here. No, that's just like a shortcut. Okay, there's a little more of the road. But is there... Oh, there's a star. A singular star. Or I guess there's a few. Is that it? You just go around and you collect the stars? But there's no broader goal? It's telling me to like avoid oil slicks, but there's no consequence to it. Look, I can go in the oil slicks all I want. It just turns me around a little bit. Is that the whole point? I get 3 stars? I got like 50 stars on one level. All this for me to go get 3 stars? Oh, that was quite a collision there. This is strange. Oh, that's just blocked off. Okay. What's the point of this? Ah, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with driving. Driving school. The point is to pad out the game with shoehorn filler mini games. Maybe, I don't know. That is not a good first impression of the mini games. I know there are a lot of... Oh, there's something down here too. Gil's trailer. Oh, it's just like a shop. This is an extra life. This is a secret mini game. Okay, so the stars buy secret mini games. I could probably try to 100% this one. I didn't with SpongeBob Movie Game because it would have been a huge pain to get all the mini games in that game. That one's tough. You have to like grind clams and all that. Maybe this one won't be so bad. Okay, World 1, 2. Well, I kind of did play as everyone at some point. I guess we'll start with Squidward because he gets air. This is the Flying Dutchman again. What have I gotten myself into? I guess that's the explanation for why Squidward is there with them. So World 1-2 is the same biome and the same music. You got to mix it up a little bit. Some of these games can be kind of repetitive with that. Battle for Bikini Bottom was kind of good with that. It mixed up its biomes a bit between the levels. But it did reuse them a lot like throughout the game. Oh, what the... Did not see that coming. What? How do I avoid that? What was that? That was crazy. It was just a random laser. Marmalier. Alright. Oh. See, this is hard to do pacifist. Like, I feel like I just have to tank the hit here. Right? Lights, camera, pants, pacifist must be, like, impossible. Can I do it? There's no way. It's literally impossible. You would just have to tank a hit. You could probably do a pacifist run if you just tank hits. But there's, like, no way. The game is making me kill jellyfish. That's crazy. Oh, am I just supposed to run away from it? Oh, okay. Well, I didn't do a very good job with that. Get! Patrick is the worst one for that, because he doesn't break these things too easily. You have to, like, ground pound. Whoa! The difficulty spike. These lasers. Come on. Those lasers are nuts. I do not like these elevators. I think these elevators really... Oh, they switch which character you get. Wait, did my Squidward die? Yeah, he did. The laser. So if you see an extra life, you can wait for a second and choose which character you want to revive. Ah, okay. Just go right into it. There's another laser. Alright, what am I actually supposed to do with the lasers? So they follow you. Okay, so lasers follow you. So you just have to dash at strategic times. And they break these little breakable blocks. This is pretty clunky. The, like, actual dashing, because you have to, like, press the dash button. It's a pretty clunky game. Or it's not a dash button. You have to, like, double tap the side in order to dash. Kind of getting the hang of it. It's pretty fun. It's pretty enjoyable. It's definitely not the best designed platforming that I've ever played before. There we go. Yeah, this game really encourages you to kill the jellyfish. Like, I think in the SpongeBob movie game, you could kind of just avoid the jellyfish. You could be a little more of a pacifist. I guess not. I guess there's like a bunch of parts where they're narrow like that, and you have to kill the jellyfish. It's crazy that they make you kill jellyfish in the game. It just feels so not SpongeBob to do that. Oh, there's another laser coming. Go faster. See, it's just hard to make yourself dash. I'm safe under here, right? Yeah. But it comes back. Okay, so I'm safe under here. Do I want to try and get all the stars? Am I greedy? Definitely gotta get the big star. There we go. The more IJLSA. So you win. It's so abrupt when you get to the end. It's so abrupt. You win. I feel like you win. You win should be more like a mini game or something. Is you win. Like you win. I don't like. I guess you do win if you beat a level. Even like the SpongeBob movie game had kind of abrupt endings to its levels, but it had like that little like black circle thing at the end of movies and TV shows where it like closes in on you. Like that felt like more of an ending, like a random like you win popping up. It's a very strange ending. Was this before? This was after the SpongeBob movie game, right? SpongeBob movie game was 2004. This was 2005. You win does have a sense of finality. Yeah, and it's also like you win is more like a game. Like a level is like something you get to the end of. But a game is something that you win. You get more points than your opponent, you know, or you get there within the time limit. You win the challenge. You win doesn't really apply to like a level. Like I can't picture like a Mario level that goes you win. Like course clear. Sandy gets to be a stand-in for the show. What does that mean? That didn't mean anything, right? Krusty Krab. Oh, we can see what some of the levels are. Minigame 2. Oh, so we can see what all the levels are. So there's Mermalair, Minigame 1, Minigame 2, Minigame 3, Bikini Bottom. So Bikini Bottom is the second level. Rest Home, Shady Shoals, Krusty Krab, Goo Lagoon. 2 levels next to each other. Soundstage, Final Game. Seems like a pretty short game. Oh, I almost have enough for the secret minigame. Hopefully I won't have to grind stars to get all the things. Congrats or level end feels more fitting. Yeah. It also, it's lacking like a thing. Like, you know, in like Super Mario Bros, like there's a flagpole or the little like roulette thing at the end of Super Mario Bros 3. It's like a thing where it's like, that's the end of the level. With this one, it's just like you win. Even Super Sponge had that. Revenge of the Flying Dutchman had the treasure chests. You win. I feel like Squidward's kind of my main. Why is Shady Shoal so far away from the Mermalair if it's supposed to be underneath it? That is a good point. Well, perhaps the story of the game has you go to different places, and maybe you have to go back to Shady Shoals. So maybe there's like a reason they go shoot the movie in Bikini Bottom, and then they're like, and then Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy disappeared. They went back to Shady Shoals, and then that triggers it. Like, that could make sense. I could forgive that. It's like how in Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, you had to find all the Flying Dutchman treasures, and you were going all over Bikini Bottom in kind of whatever order. But it didn't really matter because you had to find all the treasures. So, of course, you had to go to all these places. Whereas Battle for Bikini Bottom made no sense because the whole game it was saying you needed to get to the Chum Bucket. But the Chum Bucket is across the street from the Krusty Krab. So, let's see if they have it make sense. The team finally reaches the heart of the lair to find Barnacle Boy sleeping. You know, it would have been funny if they had the thing, you know, in the Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy episodes where it has the big onomatopoeia. Where it's like, rest! You know, or pow! You know, it's they... sleep. You know, they do all those kinds of jokes. Those are some of my favorite Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy jokes. What's going on here? Where's Mermaid Man? I don't know. The old coot took the invisible boatmobile to Man Ray's hideout to fight some crime. Or some evil. We have to beat him. We have to beat him. Oh, we have to beat him there. So we have to beat Mermaid Man there. We have to beat him there so we can stop him. Or there won't be a show. Hi again. I can't believe I finally catch the stream again. How are you doing? I'm doing great. We finished Titans of the Tide yesterday, which was pretty good. So now I can get back to the GBA stuff. Counterpoint to the Battle for Bikini Bottom thing. The story begins at SpongeBob's house, at least in the GameCube version. It works since it's still a ways away. Yeah, but not the whole game. And actually, because you're talking about the GameCube version, I think the GameCube version makes sense because you have to get golden spatulas to unlock the Chum Bucket. I think in the GameCube version they address that. In the GBA version, to my understanding, they do not. But in the Battle for Bikini Bottom GBA version, there is explicitly a cutscene before the first level that is in front of the Krusty Krab. So the game begins in front of the Krusty Krab, not in front of SpongeBob's pineapple. But good questioning of that. Like, you know, good contribution to the discussion of these SpongeBob GBA games from the early 2000s making sense. That is something that means a lot to me, and I hope it means a lot to you too. It's a version exclusive problem. Yeah, it was. Apparently it makes sense in the GameCube version. And they just didn't, which is weird because there are golden spatulas in the GBA version of Battle for Bikini Bottom, so they could have just done the same thing, and maybe they did. Oh, that's the point of the driving school. It's an invisible mobile. Is that health? Do I have health now? Okay, so now I get the reason why. But driving school was optional. Okay, so this is actually kind of interesting. So it unlocked driving school. It didn't make you do driving school, but if you didn't do driving school, you would be like, you wouldn't be as clear on the controls here. That's interesting game design. I've never thought of it that way. Oh, do not hit those. What were those? Oh, those do like damage. So if I hit another one of those, that's death. That's what is there any other game that's done that? Can we think about that for a second? That was a strange game design choice. It gives you an option to practice. I guess games do that. Like, oh, you just switch characters just like that if you die. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I guess that's the thing everywhere. That's crazy. I guess a lot of video games do that. Like in like Pokemon, there's like the trainer school and stuff where it's like, yeah, you can like skip the trainer school if you're like replaying it and you get it, but you can like go to the trainer school and like learn about like type matchups and stuff. So I guess that is a common thing. Okay, I forgive the driving school part. Now that I know that there are levels that are driving, I can actually kind of forgive that. I can kind of call that good game design now. It just was confusing that it didn't. It could have had a little bit more to it to encourage you to practice. But I guess the trainer school in Pokemon kind of has the same problem. The trainer school is kind of boring. It doesn't like motivate you to learn it. What's the time for you? Currently, it's 4:41 p.m. as of this stream. Though if you're watching this later on, I guess that won't mean much to you. Even the AI is trash at driving, just like real old people. You mean the CPU cars? Man, I can't even call them AI anymore because that word is, or that phrase is tainted for me. But I get what you mean. The like CPU cars are bad at driving. Yeah, just like real old people. Man, I beat Mermaid Man there very fast. I like didn't even see him towards the end. It would have been funny if they rehydrated the GBA version, but it wouldn't be praised to high heavens if they did that. Dude, I would love if they rehydrated the GBA versions. But, like, I don't know. I would still want them to look like pixel art. Like, you could improve them, but I wouldn't want it to be, like, rehydrated. Like, now they're, like, you know, 3D graphics, like New Super Mario Bros. Like, them looking like this is important to me. Good Patrick impression, by the way. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I can't really do SpongeBob. I'm a natural baritone. It's a hard voice for me. Yeah, the Patrick or the Squidward, you know, that's not a perfect Squidward, I'm sure, but like that's like, or a mermaid kind of like evil, you know, or some kind of like I'm not trying to do like or like plankton, like hear me crabs, you know, like that sort of stuff. Like I don't think I do the voices perfectly, but those kinds of voices are the voices I can do. But SpongeBob is all like yeah. Battle for Bikini Bottom PC version was also kind of unhinged. Is Battle for Bikini Bottom PC version different than the GameCube version? Because GameCube version is the same as the PlayStation version. Or just some story elements are different. Look, I want to see if I need to play multiple. The team stops Mermaid Man just in time. Phew, that was close. What are you talking about, lad? We better bring you back to the set. Not so fast. Man Ray. Ha ha ha. Mermaid Man, you're on my turf. I will make sure you never leave. Dialogue to that. Mermaid Man, you get back to the set. We'll take care of this guy. Try to stop me. I got checks with little poodles on them. Just talked about that episode. So is 1-4 just the boss? Yeah, it's just the boss. Oh, what is this? Oh. Wait, it's Dance Dance Revolution? That's interesting. Oh, I suck. This feels anticlimactic for like a battle. I guess it's appropriate for this kind of game because it's like a kind of mini game. Oh, I'm just not. I'll get the hang of it. This is not that hard. Is he freezing me? Is that a thing? Does Man Ray freeze you? Is that one of his? Is there an episode where Man Ray freezes you? That came out before this? I think the only Man Ray episode would have been Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy 3 and 5 at the time of this game's release. 2005. There might have been another one. Oh, I suck. This is not that hard. You win. I screwed up so many times. There's a bowling section in Battle for Bikini Bottom PC. Well, I guess I'll have to try both. Haha, we got him, eh, Mermaid Man? I still don't understand why there's a Flying Dutchman ship in the background of so many of these things. What was that? There was like a no dialogue there. Oh, it's 3 o'clock. Must be time for his afternoon nap back at the rest home. Oh, see, it made sense. They made it make sense. Someone was saying earlier, why is Shady Shoals after Mermalair if they're right on top of each other? This is no time for sleeping. Time to wake him. He's needed on set. Oh, okay. Wait, we were both wrong. See, I assumed that it went top to bottom. So Shady Shoals is the next world. I guess you can call it a world or 4 levels. It's a little bit smaller. This game looks tiny. So I guess Shady Shoals is the next world. So that does make sense because there's Mermalair and then there's Shady Shoals, and they are right next to each other. I think Squidward has the best movement. Back at the Shady Shoals rest home, Mermaid Man has gone missing again. Okay, now we get why there's a Flying Dutchman. Get Mermaid Man! That old man has something of mine! Arr! I can't do Brian Doyle Murray's. He has such a unique voice. That would just be my take on the Flying Dutchman. Pirates. Aye, aye, Captain! The dialogue's a little better in this game than a lot of other ones. Hey, Jackson, how are you? I'm doing good. How are you? In terms of if a character cries in SpongeBob, how can it work as a story, and when does it fall in the story department? You really want to examine characters, how many times someone cries in SpongeBob. I should do a video just on that, just for you, where I talk about crying in SpongeBob. A close look at crying in SpongeBob. Examine every time a character cries in the whole show. Oh man, that'd be a tough video. I don't know if I could pull it off, but I'd think of you because you clearly, it's clearly a subject that's dear to you. But that is a good question. So a character crying. Okay, so you have to look at what reasons that a character. Okay, just go right in the jellyfish. Sure. You have to look at the reasons why a character. So the reasons that a character cries in anything is because they are overcome with emotion, in like the most extreme way. So like if you have, like in a serious show, if there's a funeral, a death, these sorts of things usually lead to a character crying. But crying can also happen in comedy shows, and sometimes in comedy shows, the character will cry at a time when it's like not appropriate. And SpongeBob is kind of okay. That was just poor gameplay on my part. So in a show like SpongeBob, a character will cry over something silly, like, trying to think, what's like a time where a character cries and it's really silly. I know like Day Without Tears is like the episode that is literally about crying, and SpongeBob cries at like silly things, like I don't know, like he drops a Krabby Patty or something. That sounds like the most depressing video essay about them crying in SpongeBob. No, but it's silly though. Like no one like there's not like tragedy in SpongeBob. Is there a time where like someone cries in SpongeBob because like someone died? And like they actually were, like maybe like they thought they were? Dumped has a lot of crying that's like supposed to be sad. Or have you seen The Snail? So there are lots of times where characters cry in SpongeBob that's like really serious. Oh, we got a ghost. That's an interesting enemy, a ghost pirate. I mean, we just played Titans of the Tide. There was a ton of ghost pirates in that. Or just ghosts in general. Were they ghost pirates or just ghosts in general? The Orb of Confusion kind of in a sense froze SpongeBob in a way, or at least made him unable to do anything, but he pushed that button himself, not Man Ray. Wait, what are we talking about? The Orb of Confusion. SpongeBob's voice is hard to imitate, but other than that, you nail the impression. Oh yeah, so that's a tough voice. Like, not to say that the other voice actors don't have like tough voices, because voice acting is very hard. Because voice acting isn't just doing the voice. Voice acting is acting. You have to actually act the character. So a lot of people think that, oh, just doing an impression is enough. No, you have to also be like a good actor, and all of the SpongeBob actors are good actors. But I would say, what would I guess are like the hardest voices? I would say Patrick and Squidward, as far as voices go, not acting talent. You have to have the highest acting talent or voice acting talent, because they're a little different, voice acting and acting. Like they're kind of different skills. The way that you approach a character when you're voice acting for a cartoon is different than you would for a live action character. But I would say Patrick and Squidward would be like the easiest like voices. Like as far as like doing the voice, like, you know, that sort of nasally, SpongeBob, you know, and Patrick is just like, I'm Patrick. Can I get a Krabby Patty? You know, like those are, but like, SpongeBob is like, it's, first of all, it's high pitched. Can I crawl? How do I get down there? Or do I have to be SpongeBob? Dude, I suck. What is with all these old people just standing around? Hey, there's a jellyfish right there. You gonna deal with that guy? No? But like SpongeBob is what makes SpongeBob such a difficult voice is that it's high pitched. Like there are definitely, Tom Kenny specifically, like there are some, men who just have easier times doing higher voices. I am not one of them. I am a natural baritone. So a character like SpongeBob would be very difficult for someone like me. Like I probably wouldn't get, even if I did like all the practicing in the world, I probably wouldn't get cast as a character like SpongeBob, where I probably would get cast as a character like Plankton or like Mr. Krabs. Mr. Krabs is probably a pretty hard voice too, though. Just because it's like, it's a voice that you just have to do, it's so hard to describe. You have to do like another thing with it to do like a Mr. Krabs voice. Like it's not just like a voice. Like Patrick, I would say, is like a more exaggerated version of Bill Faberbeck. Is that how do I pronounce his last name? I think it's just a more exaggerated version of his voice, which like is fine. Like that's why he got cast as the part, is because they like his voice for Patrick. You know, the voice works, But like someone like I mean Tom, like SpongeBob is, and I died. Do I get back all of them? Oh yeah, you do. Oh, so you lose all 4 and then you lose a life? That's pretty generous. Honestly, I don't mind that. I don't mind games being more generous with that. Krabs is the most throat-straining voice. Would it be? I would think it'd be SpongeBob. I mean, I could see that. Oh! Oh, man. Giant clams like that terrified me as a kid. I used to be so afraid of them. I would think SpongeBob would be a tough voice to do for all those years. I don't think, like, anything is happening to, like, Tom Kenny's voice that, like, people say. Like, I just think it's kind of changed with age, which is normal. I don't think he's losing his voice. I think it takes a lot to, like, lose a voice. If you're a professional voice actor, there are exercises. There are things that they do to take care of the voice. You win. Hi, Mermaid Man. Especially the laugh. Yeah. Well, the laugh is, like, he does the throat thing. You know, ah! You know, you can kind of even, you have to actually, you can't do SpongeBob's laugh without doing that. You have to like hit your throat. Oh, that hurts. Now that I just think about it, that like hurts to do. That's probably hard. Nothing but respect for the voice actors. I'm actually practicing voice acting for fun, and SpongeBob isn't terrible. I do have a natural Finn the human level voice. Adventure Time. If you have a natural Finn voice, SpongeBob would be more in your range. You know, it's like singing where you have like vocal ranges, and you can shift around vocal ranges. Like you can try to like go higher when you're lower. Like there are a lot of things that you can do. The team finally finds Mermaid Man, but he is sleep crime fighting. Not only that, but he is also calling all sea creatures into the rest home, causing havoc. Great. What do we do now? I know. We find the conch shell and wake him from his sleep. Why is conch shell in all caps? The conch signal, just like in the TV show. But that's cool. Good luck with your practicing your voice acting. Yeah, it's takes a lot of practice, you know, like vocal training and all that. On the topic of crying, dying for pie when Squidward cried, thinking SpongeBob exploded actually made me feel bad. Oh, such a great performance. Talk about voice acting, you know? Like, there are plenty of people who can just do a Squidward voice, but, like, that's the part that really would win you the role. Like, if you want to, like, be a voice actor, what would actually win you the role, don't get wrapped up in, like, being able to do a voice. It's actually the acting. Like, you need to know how to act. And that's a great example of it. Instead of covering all the episodes where a character cries, how about only from the first 8 seasons? I don't know. I think if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, you know? I'm actually working on, right now, a video where... I'm working on a video where I rank every time the Krusty Krab gets destroyed, which is about 30 times throughout the whole series. And it needs to be the whole thing. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. Fagerbake. That's Patrick's voice actor's last name? Am I pronouncing that correctly? Apologies to Bill if I'm not pronouncing his last name correctly. To Bill. Isn't Squidward like an exaggerated version of Bumpus? Is it? It's a common kind of voice, like that nasally voice. That's an archetype. It's a character archetype. A lot of cartoon characters have that kind of voice. I'm trying to think of examples. I mean, not specifically Daffy Duck. I guess it's kind of an evolution of it. Like, it's that kind of character. But, is it? I'd say he sounds more like, in real life, he's more like the Doctor, which is also Professor Membrane in, Invader Zim. That, I think, is more like his real... And he's doing an affect on his voice, you know, doing this kind of thing. Like, that's the equivalent of if I talked like this, you know, is the... But it's still, like, just a version of the voice. Squidward feels like a voice. Dying for pie tried to be morbid, but of course the end when the pie actually explodes, Squidward doesn't die. He's just badly injured, or at least enough to say ow. Well, yeah, they weren't going to kill anyone off in Dying for Pie. All hail the magic conch. Yeah, well, they're looking for a different... the conch signal from Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy 2, which I think looks very similar to the magic conch. Bert from Sesame Street, a Muppet, used the same nasally voice. That's who I was thinking. I knew there was like a Muppet that was like what I was thinking about. A Muppet. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a Bert thing. You know, yeah, the Bert and Ernie. Oh, okay. I guess that was kind of worth it. I got an extra life, which is 4 lives. I just had to sacrifice 1. Characters' designs match the voices so well. Yeah, that is another thing. There are, like... It takes a real talent to identify what kind of voice should go with a character. Because, like, there is a science to it. Like, it's not just, like... Oh, yeah, like, it just is because it is. There is a reason. There are certain registers, certain sounds that you can make. Like, let's take, for example, like, Squidward's voice. The registers of the voice, the pitches of his voice, and the feelings that pitch evokes in our minds is in line with the design of the character, down to his height, his like lankiness, the color. He's blue. Blue characters are usually more like, you know, melancholy. Blue is melancholy. Like, all of these things fit together. And then from there, you write dialogue for the character and have them make certain facial expressions. Like, that's just the baseline. Like, there's a science to it. And it takes a real talent to identify those things. Guys, watch out! Oh, got me. Come on, eat the old people, not me. Ernie had a similar voice to Patrick when Jim Henson voiced him. Really? Ernie? Oh, interesting. I thought Ernie sounded like Kermit the Frog. Or at least they're very similar. Have you seen those videos that plays footage of Patrick, but they dub in Fagerbake's dialogue from Jennifer's Body? I have not seen that. Oh, we got the conch. I have not seen that. That sounds very funny. I saw one guy who did, like, he dubbed SpongeBob. Oh, he was a guy on Instagram. He was so funny. I don't know if I want to... I don't remember him. But he was a guy on Instagram, and he dubbed SpongeBob. If anyone knows his name, say it in the chat, because I could shout him out. But he dubbed SpongeBob voices, and he did them, like, really seriously. Like, it was like Gary takes a bath, and he was like, Gary, I'm going to ask you for the last time. And it was, like, perfectly synced with SpongeBob's voice, but it was, like, really serious. It was really brilliant. I thought it was very funny. It worked because it was a subversion of SpongeBob. It wouldn't have worked for, like, the original episode. But, like, the fact that I know who SpongeBob is, and it's, like, that subversion of it, it was really funny. I know another noticeable difference for Battle for Bikini Bottom PC has a kelp forest level that's actually easy to see, unlike the dark console version that was hard to see. Oh, it's harder to see in the... Well, I'll look out for that when I play that game. I gotta go. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. And subscribe to, go in the chat, subscribe to Fanelli if you want to see the live streams while I'm not streaming. Because you can watch them when I'm not streaming. I just post them separately. I just don't keep the VODs up on the main channel. I put them on a separate channel. With the conch blown, Mermaid Man is back to his senses. Where am I? We have to bring you back to the TV set, Mermaid Man. Sorry, lad, but I can't. I've lost the rings of power. Where did you last put them? The dialogue's a little clunky. You know, like some of the... You can tell that the dialogue is not written by, like, the professional writers who write the show. Like, where did you last put them? It just feels clunky. It just doesn't feel like... Oh. Man Ray's back. On my fingers, ha! Hand them over or we'll deal with you like last time. You know, it doesn't feel... It doesn't feel like strong, very strong dialogue. Is this... Oh, it's another driving. Oh, Man Ray has health, so I have to, like... How do I hurt... Oh! Oh, what? He messes you up. There he is. Do I have to hit him? Does hitting him do damage? Oh, okay. Oh, I just have to hit him. Okay. This is fun. This is actually pretty enjoyable. Some of this gameplay is actually pretty dynamic. In fact, it seems like the weakest part of this game is the platforming, when that's usually the strongest part of these games. And not to say the platforming is bad. It's as good as any of the other ones. This might be the most entertaining of these games I've played so far. I know it's short. That might hurt its overall, like, review. That it's just a shorter game. But I'm really enjoying it. This is tough. Okay, I'm going to hit him again. No! Oh, he got away. You got to get him on the turns. Oh, I was so close. Are any of the characters faster, or do they all drive the same? Because maybe Squidward drives slower. Okay, I hit him. Okay, I'm about halfway through. I think I have to take out all of his lives by the end. Whoa, he got way away. Okay, there he is. Oh! That was bad. Pretty satisfying gameplay loop, though. Come on. Get him. Get him. Get him. Get him. Get him. Yeah, there we go. All right, just one more hit. Oh, he threw a lot. Okay. I think I'll get him. I think I'll be able to get him. Come on, Man Ray. Man Ray makes for a good villain. Is this the first time we've actually... This is the first time we've actually seen Man Ray in one of these games. None of the other GBA games had Man Ray. Obviously not the movie game. There was a level called Man Ray's Lair in Super Sponge, but Man Ray wasn't in the game. You've unlocked the Krusty Krab minigame. Gotta do the Krusty Krab minigame. Hey, SpongeBob, get back to work. Mr. Krabs is looking for you. He needs 3 Krabby Patties now. You remember how to make a Krabby Patty, don't you? Start with the bottom bun. Then meat, cheese, lettuce, tomato, and finish it off with the... What about... Wait. You forgot the pickles. Forgot the pickles. Does SpongeBob's vocal qualities kind of match innocent Elmo from Sesame Street, except in the even higher falsetto toddler-like? They're definitely similar kinds of voices, for sure. They forgot the pickles! They forgot the pickles! That's crazy! Wow, that was a very unforgiving hitbox. Oh, it starts dropping the correct ingredients once you get one. I can't believe they forgot the pickles. There's a whole episode about how important the pickles are. Okay, so now it drops sometimes the wrong ones. And I have to just be careful. Oh, look, it's Mr. Krabs. I think that's the first time we've seen Mr. Krabs in this game. Good model. I mixed up the order. Gotta get the order right. Really great models here. I noticed that they have 2 old people in the background and 1, like, other background fish. So it shows that they were kind of, like, if they didn't have Shady Shoals and needed old people background characters, do you think any of them would have been in the background? Oh, that's it? That's the whole thing? That was small. That was pretty small. That's a whole screen. Because this is the whole game. So what is it? How many screens are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13 screens functionally. And sure, some of them are like whole worlds with 4 levels, but that was a whole screen. Driving School's a whole screen of the like 13 in the whole game. That's crazy. That does not justify a whole screen in this structure. You sound like Escargoon. Yeah, Escargoon from Kirby Right Back At Ya has very similar... is a very similar voice to Squidward. But Squidward came first. Right? Squidward came first. Yeah, I would think so. 99. Alright, this is probably Flying Dutchman. Boss. Whoa, we did it. My powerful Raymobile. That's it. I'm going to crush you. Like, they couldn't have done anything else other than, like, that was the only way to do that dialogue, was crush, press the button, you. That's the only way to structure the dialogue. This time I won't be so easy on you. Wait, is this the... No, it's not the... It's the same... Oh, right. I forgot what A was. I can't believe it's the same. That's so lame. So this is all of the bosses? Are all of the bosses Man Ray? That's nuts. But didn't they just set up the Flying Dutchman? Shouldn't there be a Flying Dutchman boss? And it's not even a boss. It's Dance Dance Revolution. So just no bosses in this game. They just gave up on bosses. I mean, I'll see if there's any later on. Maybe a final boss? But that's crazy that they made this bosses. Yeah, like, even with the, like, bosses that weren't great, and I criticized the bosses in the other games. But at least they tried. Like, at least they gave it, like, oh, you're, like, fighting the boss. Not like this Dance Dance Revolution jumping over his stuff. You don't even defeat him. You just avoid his attacks, what, until he gets tired? What's going on here? Oh! I did not see that coming. I had to do it at the same time. Like, you win. Like, you win. He just kind of goes, wah. What is this game? Is this WarioWare? This is Lights, Camera, Pants. It is a little WarioWare-ish with, like, minigames and stuff. Thanks, lad. The rings are back in the hands of good and out of the hands of evil. All a day's work. That's good. Yeah, just off to Goo Lagoon. Again, there's a Flying Dutchman ship in the background, but we just fought Man Ray. Why would you have... Are you going to play CFTKK? Creature from the Krusty Krab GBA? Yeah, I think... That's probably next, right? Unless I get into Atlantis Scorpantis, I might do some Atlantis Scorpantis stuff. But that might be next. I want to do... I guess I should also do this Game Boy Color one. I want to do all the GBA, then GameCube, but I might break the cycle for, like, specific reasons. Like, I just did Titans of the Tide because it was new. But I'm generally kind of doing, those. Oh, I could probably buy another minigame, can't I? Oh, I only have 219 stars after all that? Am I going to have to grind for stars? You could probably grind for stars on a minigame. I love SpongeBob Peak Show. It sure is. It's my favorite cartoon, for sure. Long jump. Oh, I remember this one.
Hey, think you're tough? Let's see how far you can jump. We'll measure it in clam lengths. The farther you jump, the more rewards you get. Jumping down the pit is risky, but your path goes longer.
Wait, why would big tough guys be testing how far you can jump? Wouldn't they like lift weights? Why would they jump? Those guys don't look like they can jump very far at all. What? I know, I remember playing this when I was a kid, because Squidward's the best at it, because he can go farthest. Oh. Yeah, I remember I would get much farther with it. Do you go through the dialogue every time you do it? Because I think that this grinds stars, right? Did I get any stars from that? No, I only had 69. So you can only do that twice. What is the point of this? This is a terrible minigame. Right? You gotta do the thing every time. What is the point of this? Long jump. There isn't much you can do. Does SpongeBob go farther? I felt like Squidward went farther. What is happening? What is this? It's so long in between. Every attempt is like saving the game. You didn't get the high score. The same dialogue over. Like, this feels like the kind of game that you want to attempt a bunch of times to see how far you can get. And it actively encourages you not to. So, I guess I avoid falling? Did they give me a 1-up? Was that what just happened? Yeah, it gave me a 1-up. Is that all that you get from this? You just get 1-ups? Okay, I guess SpongeBob is the best for it. Because I went way farther than Squidward did. What? Why is the sun there? I feel like that would have some dire consequences on the Earth. There's another sun. I get more clouds. Why is there sun? What? I wonder how far you can actually get. In terms of Opposite Day, which scene did you find the most interesting in Opposite Day? I like... I mean, I like the scene where they're all Squidward. That I think is the most interesting scene because it's kind of where it all leads into that. All right, Goo Lagoon. The team brings Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy on site to Goo Lagoon for the next TV scene, when all of a sudden a mob of fanboys rush towards them for autographs. Let's get out of here. No more autographs. To the trailer. Away. See, it's just that to the trailer away. Because... Oh, are they chasing us? Yeah, there's like the mob chasing us. It's rumbling. That's kind of a cool level idea. For how hard it is to dash, there are a lot of levels that revolve around like running away from stuff. See, dash, come on. SpongeBob's probably not great for this because he slows down when he does his long jump. Squidward was probably the best character for this. Ah! Oh, there they come. What happens if they get you? Is that like auto life lost? Probably. Okay, bye-bye. Oh, that just ended me. Okay, I got all the characters back. Maybe I shouldn't start with Squidward. I should use him later. Nah, I think if I plan it well, I think I can get through the whole thing with Squidward. If I just don't make mistakes and lose him. Ah! I said don't make mistakes and lose him. And I lost him. Bye-bye, Squidward. Hi, Squidward. Oh! That's interesting. I didn't know I could do that. Look at that. Hey, you can like slide. And I die. And you die. Oh, yeah, you die all the way. If you fall down there. So it's like you lose all 4 guys if you go under... That's crazy because usually you have like functionally you usually have 8 hit points, 2 per character. So going down there is the equivalent of losing 8 whole hit points. If you had full health, you would be done just from that. That's pretty unforgiving. It's kind of a... Uh-oh. It's just a strange economy of lives there. The value of an extra life. There we go. Okay, there we go. You win. Oh, that was it. That was kind of shorter than I thought. Goo Lagoon 3-2. This is the first time he's had lines. This Gil guy. Or the first time he's had lines since the very beginning. So we were talking about what he would sound like. Where are Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy? Or whatever he would sound like. It's not a... You know, apparently he was supposed to be the guy from Artist Unknown. The Gil the Shark was supposed to be the art collector from Artist Unknown, Monty P. Moneybags. I think that wouldn't have made too much sense because he was an art collector, not a film director. Like, I kind of see the resemblance, but apparently that was originally going to be who he was going to be. Am I still getting chased? Or no? Was that just the previous level? They're going to fall. Some of these levels are a little more dynamic. I kind of like the Goo Lagoon levels a little better than the first 2 worlds. I think the first 2 worlds were kind of weakish. Oh, I like that little... Oh, we got more ghost pirates who feel a little out of place on the beach. They felt out of place in Shady Shoals, too. It's just strange, the ghost pirates. You know, I'm on a beach and there's a bunch of ghost pirates. I feel like they should be in a spookier setting. And also, I don't know if the Flying Dutchman is actually a boss. I feel like the Flying Dutchman should have to be a boss if you have ghost pirates as enemies in a SpongeBob game. Get out of here. Nope, I was trying to roll into it. There we go. Oh, I forgot that those fall. Can we dash? Dashing is really tough. Not really tough, but it's just like, it doesn't always really hit. Man. There we go. Oh, got a little bit of lag there. I The game is having trouble handling this. But yeah, this level's a bit more dynamic than the other ones. I like that at least. Oh man, it's hard for Squidward to break these. He's my last guy. Ah! Should I try to get that extra life? Is that worth it? Can I even get it? Or do I need to be Patrick? There we go. I guess I should try to get a star. The stars are hard to get. How am I going to get all the... I thought that the stars would be more plentiful throughout the game. It's going to be tough to get all the extra minigames. There's got to be some minigame that like lets you grind stars. There usually is in a game like this. There was in the SpongeBob movie game. There was one minigame where you could grind clams. It was really annoying to grind all the clams, but it was an option. There we go. Oh, I can't go that way. Yeah, only like 5 stars in there. Like, you need so many stars to unlock all the minigames. I think they're pretty stingy with the stars. And then what do you get? I unlocked the one. I spent 150 stars on it, and it was like the boring jumping game. Like, that wasn't worth 150 stars. And you can, like, maybe get some 1-ups. You can't even get more stars. You should be able to get stars from... Hopefully there are other minigames where you can get more stars. Probably gonna have to grind some minigame for it. Oh, you win. I could, like, tell that was the end. Yeah, they show this guy before your game is being saved, like he's like the main character of the show. Or the main character of the game, but he's like barely in it. SpongeBob gets to be the lookout in the TV show. Is this, what is the point of this? Am I unlocking things or does this happen no matter what? Goo Lagoon 3-3. We're getting through it. Those bullies are gonna smash my sandcastles. That's mean. You guys better stop that or I'll see. It's just clunky dialogue. It's just not good dialogue. Have you ever seen the Googly Artiste from season 8? Is that the one where Patrick put googly eyes on a rock? Because if so, I saw it a long time ago. Or you'll oh, it's the tough guys from the other minigame who test their strength by jumping far for some reason. Gotcha. Yeah, I haven't seen that one in a long time with the googly eyes. Wouldn't be able to tell you much about it. Alright, what is this? They were saying something. Dialogue was boring. Oh, this is the boss battle music from the SpongeBob movie game. Feels less appropriate. Like, I don't feel like the stakes are that high to warrant this music. You know, in the SpongeBob movie game, the bosses were kind of high stakes. These are just a couple guys throwing volleyballs at sandcastles. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright gameplay. Oh, I gotta get those stars. So stingy with the stars. I only have 96. Ah, I only got 1 there. They all fall at the same time. How can I even get multiple? Oh, that was it? You win! They just kind of gave up after a while. You came up with a sequel episode of The Secret Box where Squidward had a secret box? Yeah, I mean, you know, you'd have to... You know, with those reference episodes, it's got to be more than just what if different character had thing, you know? You could probably make that work. I mean, I guess the reason that the secret box works so well, though, is because it's Patrick. Like, Patrick doesn't seem like Squidward kind of seems like the character that would have a secret box, and also there's fewer stakes to it. Because the point of the secret box is that it's Patrick. Patrick is SpongeBob's best friend already. And their friendship is at stake from the box. Like, he even says, if you look inside my box, we won't be friends anymore. But Squidward already doesn't want to be friends with SpongeBob. So Squidward doesn't really have that over him. You know, if Squidward was like, yeah, if you look at my secret box, SpongeBob, we won't be friends anymore. SpongeBob, like, wouldn't believe him. He'd be like, we'll always be friends, Squidward, you know? So you'd have to do, you could do something else with it. It's not like a impossible to work with idea, but you'd have to be aware of that the stakes are very different depending on the game. Hi, welcome. Hello. Do, 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 do. Oh. Wait, this is Dash 4, right? So it's a driving level within a time limit? So not even a boss there. Or was the volleyball thing, was that the boss? Why was it the third level if that was the boss? I guess you could call that a boss. I guess you could call that a boss. Didn't feel that much like a boss, if you ask me. If you ask me, it didn't really feel like a boss. And this definitely isn't a boss, it's a driving level. And the driving levels are fun, but that's so odd that it doesn't really have real boss battles. They just kind of didn't feel like doing boss battles in the game. Like, they just kind of thought they were optional. I guess they kind of are. I guess you can make a game without boss battles. Sure. SpongeBob, you don't have a license. Why are you driving? It would be funny if in these you weren't allowed to play as SpongeBob, like you only had 3 characters to choose from. Why is it a time limit? Am I supposed to just drive until... I'm supposed to get to the end before the time limit? What's going on here? Because I guess the other one, there was the race. So I guess a race is also kind of a time limit. Also, I like how this road, it only goes one way. Is Bikini Bottom just one-way roads? Because a road would usually have multiple lanes going different directions rather than one. It seems like very poor infrastructure, if you ask me. Oh, that's the end. You win! What are your thoughts on Squidward's behavior in Fools in April and Crispus Who? Well, I think the point of both of those episodes is to not act like Squidward in real life and be more like SpongeBob. And Squidward learns his lesson at the end to teach the lesson of the show.
The inner mechanisms of my mind are an enigma.
Is still a hard line. Oh, that's a great line. Game is being saved. This is also, this game saves. You know, it doesn't have a password system. I guess it's because of all, like, the stars and the minigames. I guess the password system would be really hard to work with because you'd need a password for, like, each individual combination of minigames. Like, I could have all these levels, but, like, I didn't buy this minigame. So I guess they just were like, let's figure out how to make the game save. How many stars do I have? I definitely don't have enough for another minigame, right? 121. The other one's 300, 450, 600, 750. So I need a collective 900, 1350. I need a collective 2100 stars for the rest of this game. And I still have not found a place where I can grind stars. That's so bad. We better have some kind of way to grind stars. Gotta be a way. Soundstage. This is the, like, last level, or second to last. There's, like, final level. If final level is even regular 4 levels. Finally, the team brings Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy back to the soundstage, where they can start filming. When dialogue is so clunky. Like, I sound dumb saying it. When suddenly the lights go out. What else can go wrong? Where did Mermaid go? Find the light switches and turn on the lights. Then find Mermaid Man. I think I've done a different voice for the shark every time you've shown up. Because I can't remember what I did for him last time. Well, I kind of like the graphics here. 131 stars is so bad. Oh, that turns the lights on. Oh, is this some kind of light mechanic? Can I go in there? Yeah. Oh, okay. Those hurt you. Great. Good to know. feel like I just covered a lot of ground there. Oh, okay, just fall right down there. That's cool. Just go right down there. Come on. Alright, we got some big stars coming up. I feel like we're at the end of all the levels, and you need to have 2,100 stars to get all of the minigames. And again, there's no, like, clear star grind minigame or level. How do I get across that? Oh. What? How am I supposed to get across that? What was that? One of their attacks lets you move across that or something that I just don't really know. That was weird, right? Wait, is that this whole section? Oh, I guess I went too far. Oh, I was supposed to turn on the lights. So if you turn on the lights, I get it. I get the idea. You turn on the lights, then you can go through the door. That's the gimmick of the level. Have you seen Bucket Sweep Bucket from Season 5? If so, what were your thoughts on it? Hey, I did watch Bucket Sweep Bucket because it's for my Krusty Krab, every time the Krusty Krab gets destroyed video. You know, I'm debating if that one counts as the Krusty Krab being destroyed. Because they do take apart the Krusty Krab, but they put it back together on top of the Chum Bucket, and then Mr. Krabs has to move it. So I guess my argument that it's a Krusty Krab destruction episode is that... My argument that it's a Krusty Krab destruction episode is... If you take apart the Krusty Krab piece by piece, is it not destroyed? You know, it's kind of a Ship of Theseus question. And also, if the Krusty Krab is not in its location, if it's across the street at the Chum Bucket, is it Mr. Krabs anymore? Because he wouldn't own the land. So it would functionally be Plankton's. Like, the Krusty Krab would be Plankton's in that scenario. Even though Mr. Krabs pushes it back in like 5 seconds, in that moment, the Krusty Krab is functionally destroyed. Therefore, it should be on the list. Anyway, the episode itself... I would say my biggest criticism of that episode is the fact that SpongeBob takes apart the Krusty Krab to renovate the Chum Bucket. Like, I get the message of the episode. I like the message of the episode. It's basically like when you trick people into doing something for you because you don't want to do it yourself. You get negative consequences. They don't really do, like, a good job or things go wrong because it's just because Plankton is dishonest. He tricks them into fixing up the Chum Bucket. And then that's what ends up, and then the Chum Bucket is destroyed at the end because Squidward used all of the Chum Bucket pieces to renovate the Krusty Krab. So Plankton loses the Chum Bucket over it when he was trying to renovate it. But I just never bought that Plankton would be like, yeah, go fix the Chum Bucket, and he would just like take apart the Krusty Krab. Like, I kind of get it narratively. I'm not too, like, I don't get too peeved by it because it does work with the story and it makes it kind of funny, but it's just something to, like, point out that, like, maybe there's more they could have done to make it make a little more sense that, like, SpongeBob misunderstands and is taking apart the Krusty Krab because it just seems, like, odd that he would, like, I just feel like SpongeBob would know better and the narrative didn't give you a reason why he doesn't know better, if that makes sense. It's one of the few episodes where Plankton gets Squidward to do work. Yeah. See, Squidward's actually the one that makes the most sense in that episode because it's a, like, he uses the whole, I need a real artist to help me. Oh, where they put all the electrical things. Oh, okay, just walk right into that. That was my bad. Oh, was I out of people? That was a lost life. Well, I have 13 lives. I have no shortage of lives. Get him. Ah! Rough. Sometimes I just don't play well. What episode were we talking about? It was Bucket Sweep Bucket. It's when Plankton wants to renovate the Chum Bucket and he tricks SpongeBob and Patrick into working on it. And then he goes to try and steal the secret formula. It's an alright episode. It's kind of one of those like it's a middle SpongeBob episode where like it's not amazing, but you enjoy it because it's like it is like funny enough and it does like feel very SpongeBob-y. So, like, you can get enough of a good vibe. It's also kind of a nostalgic episode for me. It aired a lot when I was a kid, so that probably biases me towards it. What are y'all's thoughts on Spy Buddies? Spy Buddies, I think, is a great episode. And Spy Buddies is around that same era. But that's a middle SpongeBob episode that I think is actually really good. Oh, that was not smart of me. That was a bad character to use for that jump. Only 171 stars. This is not looking good. We need like 2,000 more stars to unlock all the minigames. And this is like, we're at like the end of the main game. The 300, I'll probably get 300 stars by the end. And the 300 star minigame better be something that lets you grind stars. But it looks like the minigames don't even let you grind stars. Because the long jump minigame didn't let me grind stars. It grinded lives. And I don't need lives. I need the stars to get the rest of the minigames and 100% the game. Like, do you not want me to 100% your game, developers? Did you create these minigames in Lights Camera Pants so that no one would be able to play them? So that they would be just for you, the developers, who have access to them? And us, the lowly player, would never be able to play them? I don't know. Maybe I'm making too rash an assumption. You win. Four two. Oh, that was only 4-1. Makes me wonder if SpongeBob will ever get his driver's license. It would have to be the finale. It would just have to be like if they ever did a finale, that would have to be like one of the things that happens. Or if they, we talked about this in a previous stream where what would happen if any of the voice actors passed away. In a lot of situations, they would probably just find a new person who can act the character. But if you're talking about Mrs. Puff, because Mrs. Puff, I mean, the voice actress for Mrs. Puff is in her 80s. I wish her good health. But when she passes away, they might just end the boating school character, or they might just end the boating school plot line, like just retire the location and retire the character entirely, kind of like the teacher in The Simpsons. And maybe they could have SpongeBob get his driver's license, like just like do that kind, like it would just be an opportunity to get that status quo shift. So maybe that's possible, but I feel like that would be like a finale thing. If the show ever ends, yeah. Well, I mean, everything ends at some point, but I don't think the show's gonna end anytime soon. I think it's got a good 10 to 15 years left in our current media landscape, and if our current media landscape is still similar to what it is today in 15 years, I think it will continue going even longer than that. There would have to be a pretty drastic difference in how we view television shows for SpongeBob to end. Like, that's the only scenario where I think SpongeBob would reasonably end, unless like unless they were actually like, hey, we're done, but I highly doubt that. There's really no reason to. I think as long as the IP is owned, they'll find people to write for it, find people to make it. I hope that the show gets better. I hope that, because they clearly are still capable of making good episodes. They just don't make good episodes every time, or like 90% of the time. Like even classic SpongeBob, you can point to a couple of episodes that aren't as good. You can be like, okay, that episode isn't that good. That episode's whatever. But in the first 3 seasons, there's very few. And even the ones that aren't as good are like kind of debated to like be good. They still have like good qualities. But like in modern SpongeBob, you can be like, okay, these episodes are just trash. Like they just do not do anything right. And I would just like to see the show at a point where it's not like that. I don't know if it will. And sometimes people will comment on my videos and they'll be like, you're probably not going to change the mind of the people who are writing the show, or you're not going to make the show better. As if I make my videos so that the people who write SpongeBob will see them and change the show. Which is kind of a funny assumption, because I know that. I know that I'm pretty sure no one on the crew of the show has seen my videos. That'd be crazy if they did. But I don't really write my videos for that reason. I mean, like, that would be great, sure. I really doubt that would happen. Someone from SpongeBob seeing my videos be like, that's how... They know how to write a good episode. They're professional writers. They know what a story is. They know what a character arc is. They choose not to do it because it's harder to do, and you'd have to put in more hours as a writer, and maybe the network isn't willing to pay them to be in the writer's room for that long. You know, maybe in order to write a proper story, you have to be in the writer's room for X amount of hours. Per writers' union rules, you have to be paid for those hours. So the stories that we get are the stories that are the amount that the network is willing to pay their writers to be in a writer's room for. That's a very real possibility. You know, you still have to criticize the writers. You still have to say, oh, the writer, should have done this. But it just takes longer to write an episode with a proper character arc. If you write an episode where the entire episode is just like, take, for example, Bizarro Bottom. If you have an episode like Bizarro Bottom where the whole episode is just what if Bizarro thing and SpongeBob screams for a while and there's no like real character arc and story, the thing that I talk about in my Bizarro Bottom video for like how I would rewrite it and how you could make it have better themes and how, you know, all that sort of stuff that I talked about, you would have to sit in a writer's room for like a whole day with a bunch of writers to come up with something like that. And that's build time. You win? Oh, no, they're just standing there. Oh, yeah, you win. And maybe the network isn't willing to pay that out. So sometimes episodes will get good stories, probably because they were able to come up with those good stories within the time limit that they were in. Because, you know, think about it. Writing is a job, and at that level, it's a job. These people aren't doing it as a hobby. It's their work. They don't, like, go home and, like, write SpongeBob scripts because they're off the clock. You can't do that in the union rules. You can't just go home and write a SpongeBob script. You're on the clock if you're writing a SpongeBob script, if you're a SpongeBob writer. It's all very... and that doesn't mean you can't make good episodes within that system. In fact, you make much better episodes within that system because it's professional. It's making it people's jobs. If you're, just writing for fun, you're a little, first of all, you'd have to do it within your day job if you're not getting paid to write. Like even like with me, like when I started doing better with my videos, the writing quality of my videos went up because I knew that I was making at least a little bit of money on my videos, and I didn't need to. And I felt like the time I was spending writing the videos was, time that is valuable to me. So stuff like that. So I would just like to see the show get better. And I think it's very possible that it could. I feel like I have hope that we can find ourselves in a media landscape where people care a lot more about the things that they consume. And that's why I actually make my videos, so that we can have a broader appreciation for the arts and what the arts are. And that's actually what's going to make shows like SpongeBob better. Not SpongeBob specifically, like it could be, but if we as the audience have an expectation of quality to the point where we wouldn't really consume shows that don't have quality, then those networks that don't want to have those writers be in the room for another 16 or so hours of paying them to make proper episodes, they're going to be motivated to pay those writers for that amount of time. And that's good for the writers. The writers now get more work. So we get better content and writers get more work. So I think that's a big positive. The whole crew is hungry. I need 5 Krabby Patties fast or they'll walk. I'm just giving him a different voice every time. He's going to have a different voice every time, Gil the Shark. Mostly because I can't remember what voice I did from last time. How did you feel when Squidward called Krabs out for his behavior in Born Again Krabs? It was a great moment. Oh, it's another one of these. It's a great moment when he calls him out. Yeah, it was interesting to see Squidward be the moral center in that episode, because he was kind of the only one left to be the moral center. No! Okay. Got it. This is a harder version of the other one. So wait a minute. So this is a normal level. I have a problem with this. So this is a normal level. This is like World 4-3. Oh, I should have gotten the tomatoes. This is World 4-3. But this is just a harder version of the minigame. I don't think I paid for the minigame. I think it just appeared. Like, I didn't use the stars for the minigame. I think I just unlocked it. Oh, I guess it's kind of like the driving school where the minigame... Oh, I thought that was the top bun. Where the minigame taught you how to play it. And then you actually played it in a level. I don't know if I like that. I feel like the minigame should be the minigame. The levels should be the levels. Because it just feels like it's reusing the game from earlier. How many do I have to make? Is it 3? I think it's 3. Yeah, because those guys are a unit. Cheese. Give me cheese. Give me cheese. Can't believe no one in this game likes pickles. Bubble Bass would be so disappointed. Oh, another one? Oh, I gotta make 4? Oh, can we do it? We are down to the wire. Give me that lettuce. Oh, that lettuce was nowhere near me. I got bad lettuce luck. Give me tomatoes. Give me tomatoes. Give me the top bun! Yeah! 10 seconds left. That was actually kind of tricky. First try. Do we all still consider the first movie a good ending despite the show still going? Depends on what you mean by ending. Like, do I, like, not acknowledge anything after the first movie? No, I'm glad the show kept going after the first movie. But I guess if you say, like, there's a way of looking at SpongeBob where the show is completely non-linear. Like, even though there are some episodes that blatantly contradict each other, like Friend or Foe and Enemy-in-Law, where in Friend or Foe, Mr. Krabs and Plankton created the secret formula. But in Enemy-in-Law, they said that it was an old Krabs family recipe. But I kind of like to look at SpongeBob like it is like the whole show is non-linear. So any episode could take place at any point in time. Except the one rule is that Help Wanted is the beginning of the timeline and the first movie is the end of the timeline. And you kind of look at it like that, like everything else is in between. It doesn't matter where in between. Like, sometimes you'll watch an episode where it feels like SpongeBob is more of a new fry cook or something. Like, for example, we were talking yesterday on the Titans of the Tide stream that someone was saying that in the gym episode, SpongeBob seemed like a bad fry cook. But you could think of it like the gym episode is not that long after SpongeBob first got hired. Whereas if there's an episode where SpongeBob is like a really skilled fry cook, it's like further along. You can kind of think of it like that. Like I like to think of the show that way. A lot of cartoons you can actually think of that way because like cartoons don't necessarily need to go in any particular order. Oh, what should Gil sound like at this time?
Take a look. This is the crown jewel of the show. This will be used for the final scene where the sneaky hermit has the world on his back.
Ooh.
As they all stare, something starts to crack.
Is it supposed to do that?
The buildings are going to fall! Run! World 4-4 is downstage. This is an actual boss? What's going on? Oh, okay. Oh, so it's a run away from thing level. No! Ah. Oh, you just go down. I think SpongeBob is the fastest because he does this little slide thing. It's so hard to dash. Notice how this has the boss music. This is the boss. This is considered the boss. That's so weird that this game refused to design bosses. There's no bosses. What am I going to do if I make an all bosses video? I guess I'll just do these and complain about how there's no bosses. So if you're watching this as the all bosses video, this is what I had to do. This is what it did for me. Oh, what? What? Can SpongeBob break that? That was crazy. I feel like that made me switch. I don't know why I did that. I felt like I was greedy. I felt like I had to get the thing. Hey, why can't I pause? Does this have a pause? Oh, I can't pause. I'm trying to read the chat and I can't pause. Oh, come on. Oh, this is so clunky. It's not hard because it's hard. It's hard because the controls are a mess. Oh, I guess this level assumes you have access to all characters. So it's making you switch between them at the correct time. Because if you get hit, you die anyway. So there's no like not having any character. You have access to all four. So like it's making you switch to Patrick, and it's probably most efficient to be Sandy here. I feel like Sandy's most efficient here. See, I can't dash. Yeah, I think Sandy's best here. Ah! Would I be able to jump over it? Yeah, like that's really tough. Actually, like doing the dash, like it looks like I'm struggling because it's just the controls are. I'm fighting against the controls, not the game. Which that's never good. You never want to do that. See, I didn't dash. I believe it was supposed to end after the first movie, but Nickelodeon wants to keep it going. I don't buy that. I don't buy. I mean, I buy that Nickelodeon wanted to keep it going. Obviously, they did. I don't buy that. I don't buy that anyone that worked on the show wanted the show to end at. Who wants a show to end at season 3? Who makes a show and is like, yeah, after like 5 years, I want it to be done. Like, I get someone doing it and being like, yeah, I don't want my show to be like The Simpsons where it goes on for 20 seasons and gets stale. But 3 seasons for a cartoon? No one wants that, you know? Like, even like, I know, Steven Hillenburg left after season 3. But that doesn't mean he didn't want the show to keep going. Like, I don't know. I don't buy that. I can't imagine someone making a show and being like, yeah, I hope it gets canceled after 3 years and gets forgotten. Like, you know, the show would have gotten forgotten. Like, it would have been great, but you wouldn't still remember it in the same way if it. Oh my God. This is so awful. This is actually really tough. I'm going to like run out of lives. Not that it matters. See, and like, I don't switch characters on time. Is it R or L? The creator did? Did he really? There's a lot of misinformation about him. I don't think I buy that. I I mean, maybe, like, if you give me, if there was, like, a source where it's like, yeah, he totally wanted the show to end. And maybe it was, like, an offhanded thing where he's like, yeah, like, that's just kind of the perfect ending. Like, yeah, maybe that would be good. Like, you take him out of context where he's like, oh, that'd be, like, a great ending. And everyone's like, see, you wanted the show to end. Like, it's probably not. I really doubt he's like, yeah, I want all of my friends who I worked on the show with to be out of a job now. Like, I just don't buy it. I just don't buy it. One could be disappointed if the writing starts to falter, that could be believable. Where it's like, I went into season 4 and it's not as good, even though I think season 4 actually is pretty good. But you know what I mean. Steven had said he's afraid of the show jumping the shark. I guess. I mean, maybe, sure. But also, shows don't jump the shark after 3 seasons. They usually don't. It's usually like 7 seasons. So, I don't know. I won't put words in the man's mouth for sure, but I just don't think a person would want their... And I die. This is ridiculous. To be fair, the Amphibia creator capped the show at 3 seasons, but that's a story cartoon. Yeah, a story cartoon is different. If you tell the whole story, like Avatar The Last Airbender is 3 seasons, they told the whole story in 3 seasons. Actually, I think they wanted 4 seasons. They probably should have had it. There probably was a little bit more they could have done with that show. Even though Avatar is like perfect in the way that it is. But a full story show, that I get. But a show like SpongeBob, 3 seasons would not have felt like enough. It's R to switch. I keep thinking it's either L or R and it doesn't matter. But no, it's specifically R. Okay. See, these jumps are the worst. Oh, those are the worst. Because you don't dash fast enough. Exactly, with Steven, there's a lot of misinformation around what he would want. So much misinformation. So much misinformation. It really is. And I like, you know, not that I'm not like in show business or anything, but I like to consider myself someone who has a strong understanding of how that stuff works. And I think something that a lot of people misunderstand with anything in show business is that it is these people's jobs. And that usually like comes first in these, and it should come first for a lot of these people. Like, you know, like when I talk about like things need to have like good stories, they need to have this. I believe in that a lot. And I think that's strong content. You know, I'm not like a whole like, oh yeah, let's talk about, you know, work, you know, how the workplace should be structured at like these big studios or whatever. But like that is the top priority of people who make shows, is like, it's these people's jobs. How do we keep these people that... Oh, I hate this boss so much. What? The dirty bubble? The dirty bubble wasn't in this game. It's not that this boss is hard... Wait, what? Why can't I can't press start. What happened? What's going on here? I can't start the game. It's not letting me start the game. This is ridiculous. What just happened? It's not letting me press start. This is insanity. Hold on. What happened? Let's see what's happening here. I just blocked it off for a little bit because I'm trying to tweak it. It didn't let me press start. It gave me game over and didn't let me press start. My controller disconnect? This is crazy. Yeah, let me see what's going on here. It just stopped working. It seems like the... That's not good. I hope I didn't just lose everything. If I just lost everything, that's going to be so annoying. Because I'd have to just play that far again. Maybe I just do that off stream if that happened. Let me just see what's going on. Why did that happen? It's not letting me press start. Oh, wait, did I not set start? Maybe that's what happened. I set the controls, didn't I? And I didn't give it start. That's my problem. I'm freaking out over this thing. It doesn't, I just didn't put start. That's why I couldn't pause. I set my controls, I didn't put start. I didn't map start to the controller. That was my problem. Oh, it's still not doing that. Let me just, hold on. Come on. That was a bit of a disaster there. No, the game didn't crash. I didn't set the start button on my controls. It's still not doing it. All right, this is getting weird. I guess I'm exposing my way of playing this game, but oh, okay, there it goes. Nope. Start. Select. Oh, I didn't click OK. Can we... There we go. Okay. All right. Okay, we're back. We're back. That was crazy. I just didn't map start. I just thought it was like breaking. Wow. That was scary. All right, we're back. We're back. Season 6 for me was the show's first decline in quality. It did decline in quality in season 4 for me. I think that it did decline in quality in season 4. It didn't, but like season 4 has a much higher percentage of good episodes than bad episodes. I'm trying to think what would be like the first season. I'd have to examine the seasons more deeply. of like the first time a season had more bad episodes than good episodes. That's like the $1 million question. What is the first season that has more bad episodes than good episodes? Because like if you look at season 16, at least so far of season 16, I just did an episode where I talked about like modern SpongeBob negativity, and I talked about season 16 specifically, which is right now the most recent season. And I went through season 16, and season 16 has, of the episodes that are released, there are 7 episodes I consider good, 7 episodes I consider bad, and 4 I consider flawed. So depending on what you think of flawed, I'd put flawed closer to bad. There's 7 good episodes and 11 not good episodes. So that's a higher percentage of good to not good. You know, I don't think season 4 is like that. I think season 4 has more good episodes than bad episodes. I think season 5 too. I'd have to examine season 6 if season 6 does. But it definitely did decline in quality after season 4. There was lesser care in the storytelling. There were a couple of episodes that were kind of stinkers. You know, you got Good Neighbors and all that. There was a little bit more of a lack of subtlety in some of the humor, a little bit more screaming and whatnot, you know. Like, there are just some things about it that were, dude, come on! You have to jump up and you have to dash. It's so awful. It's so awful. There was an educational TV show that was canceled after 2 seasons. Clifford the Big Red Dog was canceled after 2 seasons? I guess it's more of a children's book, huh? I guess it's more of a children's book thing. Oh, well. It seems like season 7 is the most hated season of the show. Is that right? Is it season 7? I could see that. I could see that season 7 is the most hated. Season 6 has some rough ones. Truth or Square is season 6. The Splinter is season 6. Ugh. Is SpongeBob versus the Big One is season 6. I hate SpongeBob versus the Big One. I will never understand why people like that episode. It's so lame. I really hate this boss battle. Parentheses boss battle. It's not even a real boss battle. It's just I'm fighting against the controller, not against the game. That is how I know it's not a high quality boss battle. You fight against the controller, not the game. That is a problem. And then I gotta switch to Patrick, and then I probably have to switch to a different character when I get to that other running spot. Probably have to switch to Squidward, right? Dash, 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 come on. Yeah, so like, let's say, switch. Oh no, that doesn't help at all. Ah, what is that? I hate that if you get farther than Sandy, you basically have to die to switch to Sandy, and then because once you switch to Sandy, you already lose so much ground. I can't believe how they designed this. I like SpongeBob versus the Big One from season 6 for Surfing Vibe. Yeah, well, that's the problem, is that's all the episode is. It doesn't have a story. It doesn't have, like, it just wastes your time for 40 minutes with surfing. Like, you could do a really good story with that. Like, it's just a wasted concept. This idea of, like, some, like, big wave that, like, only comes in 1,000 years. Like, but the characters are so hollow. They don't mean anything. They don't represent anything, that the whole thing just falls flat. Isn't season 8 of SpongeBob more mixed quality? Season 8 was kind of where I stopped watching. So I'd say season 8 is probably the only season where I haven't seen every single episode. I've probably seen every episode of season 7 at one point or another. I don't think I've seen every episode of season 8. Besides, like, season 6. I've seen every episode of season 16 just because it was the most recent season. I think that's the only season past season 8 that I've seen every episode of is season 16. I need to just sit down and watch like the whole show. I need to watch every episode. I've actually never seen I haven't seen every episode of SpongeBob. I've seen every episode of classic SpongeBob and a decent amount of middle SpongeBob and enough modern SpongeBob. I usually watch a modern SpongeBob episode when I'm specifically reviewing it. I never like sat and like binged all of modern SpongeBob. I've just never really sat down and done that. I usually find them when I like have to, like I just did the Krusty Krab. I'm writing the video where I rank all the times Krusty Krab gets destroyed. All right, let's just hope for the best here. And then you'd stop. Ah, it's so awful. Is there something else I can do there? Oh, I was able to get away at least. The jumping up and the dashing, it just does not work. How did they not realize that while testing this? Where they're like, this boss... But they probably did realize it, and we're just like, well, we have to do something. We refuse to design real bosses. They should just reuse the Man Ray thing again. I mean, they reused it in World 1 and 2. Why not just reuse it here? What's the difference? What does it matter? The big one is better than Waiting from season 5. Hard disagree. Waiting at least tells a story. Waiting might be a little more annoying because there's like crying or whatever, but Waiting at least tells a story. I'd take a story over vibes any day. I think season 8 is more mid than bad. Well, it's hard to judge things as a whole season. I know we like to put things in blocks, but there can be so much nuance to like each season. I guess it is valuable to talk about each season because a season is kind of a unit, you know. An individual season will probably have the same general writers, same general vibe. Like if you look at season 3 and season 10, there's just a completely different landscape. But if you look at 2 individual episodes in season 10, they were made under the same circumstances, so I get the comparison. But every season really does have like good episodes and bad episodes. But a lot of seasons can have different reasons why. Like if you look at middle SpongeBob, the reason that a middle SpongeBob episode is not good is different from why a modern SpongeBob episode is not good. And those reasons will be more similar. Middle SpongeBob episodes will usually have too much like gross out or too much like characters getting punishments they don't deserve, you know, like the Squidward torture, you know, security system takes control of Squidward's house. Go, go, go. This is the farthest I've gotten. Whereas modern SpongeBob episodes will have more like, you gotta be kidding me. Oh. You win, you win, you win. Oh my goodness, that was so horrible. So yeah, sometimes modern SpongeBob episodes will more be bad because they completely lack stories at all, and they're like too loud and do too much. So that's kind of the main difference to finish off that thought. That's it. I can't take it anymore. Give me back my sock. My sock? What am I missing? What happened? Never! What sock? Mermaid Man, it's stuck on your back. Darn static cling! Ah, my lucky sock. Oh, my precious, precious... No, it's his dining sock. Did you forget what the sock was? Did they just call it a lucky sock? Wait, wait, wait. Was that the Flying Dutchman's whole deal in this game? You don't fight the Flying Dutchman? He was a boss in Super Sponge. Why didn't they make him a boss? Just so you could have some ghost pirates at some point? That's very disappointing. Final game. How many? Oh, 268 stars. If minigame 2 doesn't let me grind stars, that'd be pretty crazy. I heard most of the season 4 through 8 writers left at the end of season 8. Yeah, there's a lot of changes in writers. Any shows like that. Maybe I don't remember Waiting well enough. To me, it felt like nothing happened. The pacing was so well. I mean, I'm not saying that Waiting's like the best episode ever, but it does actually have a story, and SpongeBob versus the Big One doesn't. Also, SpongeBob versus the Big One is a special, And I think it's a is it a 22-minute special or is it a 40-minute special? I actually don't even remember because it was so long and boring and meandering that I don't even remember. I don't even remember if it was 22 minutes or 44 minutes, but it was too long either way. But it just kind of wastes your time. Whereas waiting, like if waiting has some pacing issues or if it's at least it's just 11 minutes. What special are we talking about? SpongeBob versus the big one. I dislike it a lot. I dislike Truth or Square more. If you thought waiting had filler, go watch SpongeBob You're Fired from season 9, 22. I don't think SpongeBob You're Fired had filler. It had a bit low pacing. Like when it got to the middle point, I was like, oh, that's only the middle point. Like it was a bit slow. Every seemed like a normal day and still whatever. The dialogue is boring me. The usual, please, and a kid's meal for my young ward. Oh, you old coot. We should be fighting evil, not eating. I can't fight evil on an empty stomach. The faster we get served, the faster we can get back to our jobs. See, that's just a clunky line. Lunch rush. This is the final level, lunch rush? No way. This is not the final level. I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt and say that this is not the final level. I'm going to lose my mind if this is the final level. I'm going to lose my mind on this game. I can't believe I almost considered this to be the best game of the ones I've played. It might be the worst. If this is the final level, I might put this below Super Sponge. I can't get ahead of myself. Maybe it's not. Maybe this is just like part 1. This game is so much worse than I remember, though. This game is a joke. Cheese. I need a lettuce. I need a lettuce over here. I'm making good time on this. I had a harder time on the other one. This one's easier than the other one. Why is this in like... Oh, it's on like a TV screen. If I see the credits, I'm going to lose my mind. Hooray, that was the best meal ever. And what great service. The background fish. That's a nice drawing of the background fish. That are kind of the wrong colors. Look at Tom. That's not usually... Or the one with the pink hair. Why, thank you. Okay, it's not credits roll. For a sec, I was like, there's no way, right? Oh, okay, so it's a different thing with each character that it's set up in the beginning. But it's all like the minigame stuff. Oh, okay, I'm just... wait, hold on, I wasn't ready. I'm doing terribly. Can I... Oh, no. I'm not getting the hang of this. Hold on. That just threw me right into that. Am I cooked? Okay, stunt double. That's funny. Oh, dude. Wait, what? These are crazy. You know what I'm having trouble with? My B is A, so I see B and I think it's B. I'm doing absolutely horrible on this. Yeah, you lose. That was so I'm not good at like Dance Dance Revolution. Someone's tearing down all the buildings. Oh, look, the Krusty Krab got destroyed. Wait, do I just move on? Oh, it didn't make me do it again. Wait, you could just lose and you keep going? Sneaky hermit. Calling all cars, the sneaky hermit has struck again, and he's headed downtown. Get downtown. Oh, it's the car. So it's like just a amalgamation of every mini game that we've played throughout the game. I guess that's kind of okay. What's going to be the actual, like, finale? It's so weird that it let me just keep going when I totally failed the Dance Dance Revolution one. Wouldn't it make me do it again? That's just so weird. I'm kind of glad it didn't, because I didn't really want to sit and do the... It didn't look very fun to keep doing. Ah! Okay. But, like, what does it matter? If I fail, is it just going to move on to the next one? Probably won't fail. Not that bad at the driving. Nope. Yeah, there we go. I thought Clash of Triton from Season 6 had worse pace than the big one. Haven't seen it in so long. I need to watch it. I need to watch it again. I need to watch, like, all the specials. I am planning on covering Atlantis Scorpantis soon. Kind of want to cover Atlantis Scorpantis, the episode, and the games at a similar time. I feel like the game will simply give you a worse rating at the end based on what you do. Yeah, but I feel like if it's like the last level, it should make you actually complete it. Mr. Hermit, I see Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy on your tail. Look at his teeth are over his coat. That's weird. Defeat them. The final chase. Oh, this is new. We just avoid the stuff that's falling. Yeah, this hasn't been a pre-established minigame, so I guess at least the last one is something original. I guess I can give it that. But it just feels so minigamey, you know, there's no like boss or anything. I don't know. It's mildly fun. I guess it's like the things that happen in this game don't like justify a whole game. Like all of the other SpongeBob games had these kind of like bigger stakes to them. Like the movie game, Battle for Bikini Bottom, like not that the designs of those games were perfect or anything, but there was like a whole thing of the stakes of what the bosses were. This is just feels very minigamey. Am I supposed to do something or am I just going to avoid them for that you win? I guess that is my answer. How can we defeat such evil? I've got it. Give me that pepper shaker from the restaurant. The pepper? What for? No time. Quick. This is the pepper model. Shoom. Pepper. Chew. We did it. But what happened to my pepper? Sneaky Hermit. Cough, cough. Your plans been foiled. Yeah, blah, blah. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Off to the rest home with you. No, you'll never get me. I think the crab is so cute. Escape the cop. Oh, so there's one more thing. Wait, what? Is this a masher? Oh, this is tough. Wait, am I supposed to lose? I think I'm supposed to lose. I think you're supposed to lose. I'll be okay. The end, question mark. Yeah, not question mark, because you have to get over 2,000 stars to get all the rest of the minigames. How are you supposed to get that many stars? Are we getting the credits? Are we getting the credits? We're getting the credits, aren't we? That's the end. Yeah, that's the end. Wow, that was fast. That was short. Was that shorter than Super Sponge? I feel like that game was shorter than Super Sponge. Tyrannical Overlord is a credit. It's a weird joke. I've never seen a joke in the credits for like, what, like executive producer? Wow. That might be the worst one yet. I did not think that they could bottom Super Sponge, but I think they did. I don't know. I'd have to look at it. I think maybe I definitely enjoyed it less than Super Sponge. I definitely enjoyed it less than Super Sponge. I think what it was is that Super Sponge is honest with you about what it is. When you play Super Sponge, it's like, these are really simple levels. There's only a couple of them. You know, clearly this game, just from its whole vibe, it's like, obviously, like, it feels like a game that only has like 20 levels, you know, because it does. There's 5 worlds of 4 levels each. It's a game of 20 levels. And you play it and you get through it and you're like, yeah, that's Super Sponge. That's about what I expected. But this game, I feel like it lies to you. It acts like it's a bigger game than it is. Because you have like all of the TV screens, then you go in the TV screens and there's like the 1-1. And you see all the TV screens, and the first TV screen has 4 levels in it. But not all the TV screens have 4 levels. There's some that are just like the driving school, or the make 3 Krabby Patties is like it's its own screen, but then one of the levels on another screen. So let's take, for example, driving school. You go in the driving school, that's a whole screen. And you play the driving school and you barely do much. You don't do much, it just kind of teaches you how to drive. But then you go into the first screen, that is the first world, and one of those 4 things is a driving level. So the driving level in that screen is 1/4 of a screen, but the driving school is a whole screen, you know? But like, we don't think about that. All we see is a row of screens, and we think that the game is bigger than it is. I feel like this game, this game was really trying to trick you into feeling like it was bigger. And what we got to see, are we able to skip the credits? Oh, okay, we can like we could speed the credits, but we can't skip the credits. I need to see what's going on with these stars. A secret driving game has been unlocked. Okay, is that going to help me grind stars? If I can grind stars, we might be able to get all the minigames. Now do SpongeBob movie video game for the PS2. I'll probably play the GameCube version, but yeah. I don't know if that'll be next. I think I'm going to get through GBA first. What should be next, actually? I'm getting a little sick of GBA, to be honest. Maybe I will do that one next. I think I should do a GameCube one next. And come back to Creature from the Krusty Krab. Maybe I'll do Creature from the Krusty Krab GameCube. I actually played that one when I was younger. I don't know. Maybe I'll do movie game. Atlantis Squarpantis GBA. Atlantis Squarpantis, I want to do all of the Atlantis Squarpantis games in a row because I want to do it at the same time I cover the episode. Okay, what is this secret driving game? Wait, what the heck? Wait, why? Hold on a second. It just said... Am I going crazy? What just happened? It just said secret driving game unlocked. It just said secret driving game unlocked. Why did I lose progress? Complete. Okay, it says complete. Why is stuff locked? Krusty Krab. Wait, is this like New Game Plus? Look at that. Wait, is this New Game Plus? Is it what just happened? This is just the same level. Am I losing my mind? Did the game just delete your progress? Yeah. It feels like it deleted my progress. But is it just expecting me to play the same levels again? Do you think that that's gameplay? Do you just copy and paste the whole game? Alright, well, whatever. I'll do this to at least get 300 stars and see what the other game is. It said I got a new driving minigame unlocked. But I don't see nothing of the sort. All right, I'll just like this is crazy. I'll see what the last minigame is. If I can't grind stars, I'll just... Is this game just completely unreasonable in what it asks of you? Because you need, like, I counted, you need about... You need a bit over 2,000 stars to unlock all of the minigames. I spent 150 stars on one minigame. That's the only time I spent any stars on anything. And I beat the whole game, and I am at 298. So that means I got under 450 stars the whole game. So that means that I would have to do a little over 4 playthroughs worth of stars to get all the minigames. That's insanity. With no other way of, like, grinding. Like, if they had, like, a minigame where you could, like, grind stars, or not even grind stars, because even that's bad game design. Like, being like, oh, we're going to have, like, because the SpongeBob movie game did that with its minigames. You have one minigame where you can get a bunch of golden clams. Even that's bad game design, just being like, oh, yeah, let's have, like, one minigame that just, like, gives you a disproportionate amount of stars so you can grind them. Like, they should have minigames that are fun, that get you the right amount of stars. That's good game design. Like, just, but like, that's, I'm not even asking for that. I'm just asking, can you give me a game where I can grind stars so I can unlock all the minigames? Like, why did you make them so expensive? How did you not know that your star economy was going to be such a mess? I died. All right, well, I have enough stars for the second minigame, so we can at least see what that is. Which games do you like better, SpongeBob GBA or PS2? You know, I haven't played all of them yet. I mean, I'm sure the GameCube 3D PlayStation versions are better than most of them, than the GBA ones, just because those games could do more. Like, the GBA games are so clunky. They didn't have to be this clunky. If you look at... Oh, Sandy doesn't get hurt by spikes. I'm just now learning this, that Sandy doesn't get hurt by spikes. So that's how you would get across those spiky parts. Because she has the suit on. Makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I like the GBA ones just for their nostalgia because I played a lot of them back then, and I like their vibes. But clearly the GameCube versions are better. Is this supposed to be the secret? It said secret driving game unlocked. Bikini Bottom. Oh, is this secret driving game? Oh, okay. This is the thing I unlocked. It's just more Dance Dance Revolution. If this is how I grind stars, I'm going to lose my mind. What is my reward? Am I getting anything? I hate these. These are not fun. This is like Revenge of the Flying Dutchman had something like this. Oh, okay. Yeah. Come on. Can it be over? Okay. This is not fun at all. I am not enjoying this. I'm not enjoying this. Lights, camera, pants. I think this is the worst one so far. I think at least Super Sponge was honest. I really thought Super Sponge was going to be bottom. Does this just go on forever? Or go on until you lose? No? It never ends. I don't know what to make of that. That was the secret thing that you unlocked. Wow. Let's see what this is. Look what I would have to get from here. And I already bought 2. This one was 150. This one's 300. So 450, 600, 750. So I would need 1,750. Oh, secret driving game. Another 50. So, okay, so that wasn't even what I unlocked. So so secret driving game I have to pay for. So this I just unlocked earlier and I didn't even realize it. Mermalair training room. Let's see if I can get stars. Mermalair training room. Is this just another level? It's just another level? Oh, it's just another level. I had to pay for another level? This game is a disaster. These games are such a mess. GBA games don't have to be a mess, you know. Like, there are plenty of good ones. I know SpongeBob wasn't as big of a franchise back then. So, probably since SpongeBob wasn't as big of a franchise, they didn't have the same, like, budgets. Like, Titans of the Tide was pretty high quality. And especially because they had to make, like, they were making the console game at the same time. So they probably viewed this as, like, the lesser game anyway. So that probably didn't help. Whereas, at least with, like, Nintendo, if they were making, like, Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, that was, like, the Kirby game at the time. Yeah, this is just another level. That's it. And no way to grind stars. We got our answer. This game gives you no reasonable way to get more stars. That's insane. Does it just expect you to just grind through the game? To just grind levels? That's like absolute insanity. Ah. I'm so done with this game right now. I'm surprised at how much I didn't like this game. Really one of the weakest. No wonder I sold it when I was a kid. Because this was one of the ones I didn't... I had this one for a little bit when I was young. I had the physical one. And I sold it. I got rid of it when I was a kid. I think Titans of the Tide developers funded on their own without any Paramount funding. I guess that would make sense. You're a game developer. But they... the people who made Titans of the Tide, though, probably had a higher expectation of sales. Like, SpongeBob wasn't that big back then. I mean, it was SpongeBob, but, like... I think the SpongeBob developers for Titans of the Tide could breathe a little easier that they were going to have a bit of a built-in audience. At least there's a lot of stars over here, I guess. Is that supposed to be the grind? You win. Only gave me 71. I guess I could see what the secret driving game is. Oh boy, the secret driving game. And then I think we're done after that. Unless the secret driving game can get us, like, quick stars. I would love to see the last 3. Are you up to a little driving challenge? Collecting a target gives you extra lives, it said. Okay, but I don't need extra lives anymore. I beat the game. I need stars to unlock the rest of the game. Why is this game so stingy with giving me stars? Okay, it's telling me to go this way, so that means the other target is this way. Yeah. Yeah, it tells me where they are. Well, I really spun out there. Ah! Oh, there we go. Come on. Yeah, I think that that's it for... I wonder what the last 3 levels are. I don't know. I don't really want to sit and find out. Well, I guess there's some big stars in here. I guess that's kind of a grind. The big stars give you 10. Okay, so it's giving me a little bit of a chance to get some stars. I'm doing awful. Oh, there's a big star up there, but I'm about to run out of time. So I guess you could grind the driving... Oh, it did terrible. I only got 2. Finish. Ouch. That didn't go very well. A new high score, 2 targets, yay. Wait a minute. No. No, are you kidding me? The secret driving game costs you 50 stars to play. So with the stars I got, that was a net negative 20 stars because I had 71, I think. You're finished, Lights, Camera, Pants. Who would do this? Who would get the rest of these? I get that it's not like a completely Herculean task. It's pretty bad though. That is a very egregious amount of like grinding and replaying your game's content to get enough stars to get these last 3 minigames that probably aren't even that fun. That is egregious. Wow. Is this the most egregious thing I've ever seen in one of these games? I think it is. I think this is more egregious than getting all the doubloons in Revenge of the Flying Dutchman. I think it's more egregious than the minigames in SpongeBob Movie Game, which were pretty bad. Battle for Bikini Bottom didn't really have that. They had the get all the burgers and then do the bonus challenge, but that wasn't that bad. Wow. Wow.